late 1970s and into the 1980s, a new form of car culture was quietly emerging in Japan. Young drivers with limited budgets, yearning for speed and skill, found their arena not on spotless racetracks, but on the narrow, twisting mountain passes known in Japanese as the Touge. Formal circuits were few and usually expensive or out of reach for many grassroots racers. Instead, public roads carved through Japan's hills became the crucible of technique. These roads demanded precision, nerve, and an ability to thread a car through S-shaped bends under the cover. Among the sports cars that formed the backbone of this culture were the affordable Japanese domestic market JDM machines. Lightweight, rear-wheel drive, tunable. It was on these that the early practitioners cut their teeth. One man stands above the rest in terms of influence. Keiichi Tsuchiya, the Drift King. He honed his craft on the Touge and captured its essence in the video plus B, turning a regional underground movement into a worldwide fascination. Tsuchiya's legacy, making drifting not just a technique, but a culture. From the mountain roads of Japan to cars across the globe, the spirit of the drift was born here. As the 1990s advanced into the 2000s, the world of Japanese drifting shifted gear. The mountains were still revered, but a new landscape emerged. The vast, flat, nighttime expanses of industrial zones, wharfs, and port areas in major cities. One legendary spot was Ōi Wharf, Dorifuto, in Tokyo. Here, under the blur of sodium lights, drivers used the wide tarmac and sweeping corners to experiment with entry angles, high-speed slides, and tandem drift runs. Drifting became a performance, not just a means to a fast time, but a visual art. Tandem runs, synchronized slides, engine roar echoing across water. Magazines, VHS tapes, early internet forums, and later YouTube helped immortalize these runs. The result? Drifting became globally associated with the image of JDM cars sliding through nighttime urban backdrops. A visual and cultural export from Japan to the world. But with visibility came consequence. Late 2000s into the 2000s saw a sustained crackdown by Japanese traffic police and local authorities. Illegal street drifting and high-speed public runs were no longer unseen. Enforcement rose. On the mountain passes, repairs were made to deter sliding entries, rumble strips, raised studs drilled into the pavement, speed bumps, or redesigns of key corners. These measures aimed at making the old drift-friendly roads far less forgiving. At urban drift spots like Ōi Wharf too, layout changes and barriers were installed to blunt the high-speed runs. For example, the high-speed corner there was reconstructed due to street drifting problems in the 2000s. Meanwhile, the JDM car market underwent a dramatic shift. What was once cheap became collectible. The rising value increased the stakes. To be caught meant risking not just a license or a fine, but a prized asset. Insurance, custom parts, tuning costs all escalated. The combination of enforcement, expensive cars, and fewer safe options on public roads created a tipping point. The public era of street drifting was under siege.
How many drifters there are in Tokyo?
ストリートだったら今はもう走る人減ってきてるんでみんな捕まったりしてるから。いやもう本当に
Today, the golden age of open, demonstrative street drifting has largely slipped into the shadows. Many of the easier-to-access drift zones have been made unfriendly or are actively policed. The mountain passes still exist, but many have been modified with deterrent infrastructure. The wharfs are cleaned up, layout changes made, surveillance increased. Yet the spirit endures. Undercover, out of view, drivers still hunt for narrow, little-used touges and remote industrial zones where police presence is minimal. They drift in the dark, away from cameras and crowds. For instance, at Ōi Wharf, drivers still gather even after the installation of physical deterrents. They find ways to drift around the speed bump placed in the middle of the run. And up in the forests and hills, deep in remote touge roads that are rarely used by everyday traffic, you'll still find the late-night thrill of sliding steel across asphalt. It may not be as visible, it may not be as glamorous or public as it once was, but it's alive. The ghost of the concrete jungle still whispers through the tires, the revving engines, the narrow passes. And those willing to seek it out will find it. So while the wide-open wharfs under Tokyo's lights may belong to history, and the mountain passes may wear rumble strips instead of tire marks, the underground legacy of Japanese street drifting lives on. In the speed bump's shadow at Ōi, in the dark tunnels of the untouched touge, the drift still slides. Today, some modern tracks like Gunsai Touge are designed to mimic the classic touge street drifting vibe, recreating the high-speed corners and tense mountain runs of the golden era.